Hi, welcome to Jadekine Gaming. My name is Adam, and today I will be unboxing the WizKids 40 Settings Jungle Shrine, which is one of their older ones, but I just got that as part of a Dungeon Master Crate option. And we'll take a look here. I'll show off the box first. Much glare, you know, you see inside what you get. And then talk about what it includes. Anyways, let's just get into it. Out of the box. Plastic that holds things in. And we'll start with this here. There's that more plastic in there. So this is a hut, but the roof comes off so you can access inside. So if you have it on a mat, you can play inside of it as well. The underside of the hut is actually detailed there. Yeah, so just a little, tiny little hut. Trying to figure out maybe, yeah, it just sort of sits in there. There's not like a specific way it lines up. But like for scale. There's a figure there. And we got a little mushroom circle, whether just natural feature mixed in with a bunch of other scattered terrain, or whether this circle of mushrooms has a mystic meaning. Again, for scale, a normal figure fits right inside of it, which means the overall size is going to be 2 by 2. And we got this arch. I'm going to keep using this guy to help give a sense of scale. So I'm walking through it. We got carvings and stuff along it. A face. So whether just some sort of passage to a special area for, you know, a people group, or whether it's a magical portal that leads to another world. You can do whichever you want, of course. We got a little sort of crypt coffin thing. It is a little pinched here in the plastic. Not quite big enough for someone to fit in. But there's a lid that goes onto it. So whether a coffin or a treasure chest, could be either. And then we have another with a different design, although the sides appear to be the same. So same there, but basically just a different lid. So we've got like a guy with some knives. Maybe it's where they keep their cooking utensils. Or, you know, offer sacrifices. One of them. And we got a sort of a weird, sort of small obelisk kind of thing. A little taller than a minotaur. That, sort of a skull sort of head. And actually includes 2. Of them. However, this second one, the head, you know, if you wanted to use like putty or something, you can get it to stay if you need, but it's sliced and broken. So it's like a broken one of them, which means it can be just a little scatter bit on the side. And we have some more sort of columns here. This one has a hole through the middle of it. And there's little bits like, well, almost like maybe there's some moss growing up around the base of the stone. But there's a few of them, and like there's this one here. And what's this? Oh, it lights up. There's obviously no light on this one. But there's a little button here. Turn it on, off. And here's another. There's 3 total, and 2 of them have little glowing symbols on them. Still on. I will say, because I knew this thing had lights, those little buttons are not quite the same. Like, you know, in Dwarven Forge, there's a good solid clunky lever you go back and forth to turn it on and off. This is kind of fiddly with a little button, but it works. And our final bits here is a fire, which actually has this ring of stones, which the fire will sit inside of. But I mean, you could use this ring separately. It's got some space. You could, you know, have it be the entrance to a well or something. But it will be the center for this, which is a wood pile with this fire here, and of course, it also lights up. So, another lit piece of terrain there. And so yeah, it's a little jungle shrine, a single hut. So, you know, whether it's maybe just the one caretaker that's, you know, stays at the shrine, and some little chests where special relics are stored, and, you know, those, whatever, obelisks, you know, sort of ringing around a spot, and maybe there's a ring, like a, was it fairy ring? The ring of mushrooms there, but you walk through the portal, and instead of the fairy ring, it's the fire. Whatever it may be. And ultimately, yeah, it's possible to use them all together, but in my mind, I'm like, it's cool, like, just say these 3. These 3 all kind of match and look the same. They might end up in a spot. And these boxes, the one with the face, maybe not so much. The one that's just sort of more generic, that might end up in dungeons frequent enough as just, here's a treasure chest. Campfire, incredibly useful. You know, anytime you want your players to be attacked while they're, I think there are 2 different settings for how, either how bright or whether this flickers. So I tried to turn it off, and it just changed the type of light. But yeah, just if you want to attack your players at their campsite and they got a fire going, I mean, that's a big fire, but still gets the point across. And of course, if you don't want, you know, if they didn't bother to ring it because they don't care if it creates, you know, wildfires, they just put the wood there and set it alight. You don't have to use the ring; it's separate, which also makes it more compact. But yeah, so that was the jungle shrine, and as cool as I'm sure that was, I figured I would also show you that I got that set as part of this box here, the Dungeon Master's Crate. I used to have loot crates on this channel all the time until I moved all that to my vlog channel, and then eventually stopped getting them for various reasons, between the normal ones just getting bad and the ones that I liked getting way too far behind and just not wanting to keep up with that. Anyways, the company was failing. They got bought out by NECA, who owns WizKids, and they've done some things since then. One of the things is their loot launcher. And this Dungeon Master crate was one of the things as part of the loot launcher. So it's a one-time thing. You may be able to pick it up off like eBay or something still. But it is something to keep an eye out at Loot Crate's site, as they may do more in the future. I'm definitely going to be watching for future ones, as this was like $30 plus shipping, and not only did it have that set, but, well, in theory, as for me, I haven't opened it yet. So, it had that Jungle Shrine set in it, but it also has this. This is 4 just pre-painted minis as a bonus. So it was cheaper than the MSRP for this to get this, which was admittedly one of their older sets, and some awesome minis here. These are available in their unpainted line. But I think at least at this point this is the only place to get them pre-painted. And I figured we'd take a look at these before I end things off. So there's a stag. These are just general animals, but still super useful. A grizzly. Bear. And just sort of your forest options. A wild boar. Of course, quite dangerous. And a timber wolf. Timber wolves. Although clearly it's only one. But yeah, so just some general little animals as options that came with the jungle set. So for these, you can find them unpainted in WizKids, what is it, deep cuts line. Or you can look on eBay, see if someone's selling them secondhand. I would be keeping mine because that was actually a big part of what I was like, that'll be awesome. Just general animals help fill out the collection nicely. But I will link down below where you can pick up the Jungle Shrine set if interested in that. Super cool. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. Thank you. Bye.